Hey everyone, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's game is the third of three with the first place Toronto Blue Jays. We've managed to get a win in both the first two games, putting up some significant runs. Champ Summers has hit a home run in the first two games of the series, so hopefully today he can continue that trend. We find ourselves now just a half game out, so with today's victory we could leapfrog into first place. So that's kind of a surprise for this team, considering our starting pitching isn't particularly good, but I'm pleased that we're in the hunt this early on. What I typically like to do is at the end of April, I kind of reevaluate my team, and that's when I start thinking about making trades and maybe transferring players to AAA and bringing players up. If you've been following along at this point, you know that we're struggling with outfielders, with our outfielder defense, and so hopefully I can find someone either on the waivers or for a trade to fill in that spot. A couple of things I wanted to mention here is, first of all, there was a big trade in the yesterday of this game. Dusty Baker was traded from the Dodgers to the Cardinals, but it looks like he's also on the DL with a broken jaw for a month. So I'm not sure why that is exactly. I guess the Cardinals are in the hunt. And in return, they traded prospect at this point, Vince Coleman, who's already got 16 stolen bases. So he will be an interesting future player for the Dodgers. And then one milestone, Fergie Jenkins got his 250th win. So congrats to Fergie there on his way to the Hall of Fame, I'm sure. And then bad news for our follower Joe, who is a big Pittsburgh fan. Looks like they've lost two of their main players for an extended period of time.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Okay, so now that we've covered all the transactions and the standings, today's matchup is Jesse Jefferson of Toronto, who's 1-1, facing off against Dave Rozema, who's also 1-1. So let's go ahead and get going here. As always, I appreciate those who are following along. You can like and subscribe and get the updates whenever there's a new video posted. I try to do one at least every day, considering we've got 162 to get through. In addition to that, in the descriptions you can find the links to all of our other social media sites. And on Saturdays and Sundays I do baseball card pack breaks on this very channel. You can follow along with those. I'll have one later today, and then I'm going to have a bonus one tomorrow, Monday, as well. So, okay, so enough of that. Let's get started here. As I mentioned, Dave Rozema, 1-1. Not too bad for a young pitcher. He's always had a pretty good ERA, so he's only 23 years old, and I'm hoping for better from him. As he ages. We have all of our bullpen available for today.
Let me explain. No, there is too much. Let me sum up.
Let's take a look at the lineup for today. We have, we're facing a righty. Jesse Jefferson is a righty, and so I'm sticking with the lineup from yesterday's game. Normally I would probably put Richie Hebner in there third, but I like our defense with Tom Brookins for the moment at least, and this is the exact same lineup from yesterday. You can see we're top heavy with batting average right now, but we're producing. All of our main players are putting up big runs, and Champ Summers has just been a godsend for this team. I didn't expect much from him, but he's clearly contributing at a high rate, so I'm grateful for that. And as far as the Blue Jays go, they have the exact same lineup they've run for the first two games. All right, let's get the game going here. First up is Otto Velez. Otto Velez.
Oh, man!
And he grounds the ball back to Trammell for the first out. Next up, Steve Braun. Braun gets an infield hit to Whitaker there. I'm going to see if we can't get a double play. But it's going to be a fly ball to left for the second out. And that's going to bring up John Mayberry. And he grounds out to short. So, the starting pitcher for Toronto is Jesse Jefferson. And as I like to do before every game, I give a little information about the opposing pitcher. Jesse Jefferson, in his very first major league start for Baltimore, went 10 innings. He had a 10-inning complete game in his major league debut. I mean, that's amazing when you think about it. He was left off the postseason roster that year. Baltimore played Oakland, so he didn't get a chance to be in the postseason. He was later picked up by the White Sox, and then the White Sox lost him to the expansion draft for Toronto. For Toronto, he became basically an innings eater and put up big innings there his first two seasons. He did have one game, if you remember when Dan Petrie pitched in yesterday's game, Petrie had 8 walks in that game. Well, Jesse Jefferson had a game where he walked 9 batters. So he definitely had a control problem at this point of his career. But even though he had that 10-inning complete game for Baltimore, he actually had an 11-inning complete game with Toronto. So after he left Toronto, he bounced around for a couple of years trying to find a rotation spot, and eventually finished his career with Baltimore, so the team that drafted him. So at any rate, let's get back to the game, and Lou Whitaker leading off here in the bottom of the first. Lou pops up to third base. My first 3 guys have been very consistent. There's a ground ball to first. Usually we've been able to... Oh, there we go. Steve Kemp hits a home run to right field there. That's his 5th home run leading the team. And as I was just going to say, usually one of those first 3 batters will get on base and set the table for the cleanup hitter. Parrish, safe on an error to the second baseman. That's Orange's second error this series. And now here's Champ Summers, who's just been crushing it. He grounds out to first, and that's the end of the first inning, as we take the lead on Steve Kemp's home run. Second inning, facing off against Roy Howell. Howell goes down swinging. And then my arch nemesis, Ernie Witt. Lazy fly ball to center. Oh, that ball dropped in.
Settle down, Beavis.
Yeah, so a base hit there for Ernie Witt. It looked like Stegman was going to get to that, but I guess not. So let's see if we can turn 2 here against Davis, but Davis takes one in the side. An 83-mile-per-hour sinker. Alright, well, this is a bad sign here as the number 8 hitter, Garth Orange, comes up and gets a base hit. That's going to score Witt, and we're all tied up. I'm going to bring the outfield in to try to prevent the rally here. Brook snares the line drive for 2 outs, and we're back to the top of the lineup for Otto Velez. Velez. I know that it's Velez. I don't know why I keep making that same error over and over again. I'll be glad when Toronto leaves so I can get the pronunciation correct.
Just a bit outside.
Bottom of the second, and JT takes a walk, bringing up Rick Peters. Peters has been hitting pretty good, but he's also an excellent bunter. I'm going to have him bunt for a hit, but we'll take a sacrifice. This is the first time I think I've tried this all season. That is going to be a base hit. Nice. That seldom works out, but I thought I'd give it a shot. So now we're first and second. Got a runner in scoring position for Tom Brookins. Trying to get above the Mendoza line. But he hits into a double play. And now it's up to Stegman. Stegman goes down swinging. Well, that could have went any worse than it did. So, top of the third. Rozema facing off here against Steve Braun, who grounds it to first. And that brings up Barry Bonnell with one down. Barry Bonnell just cranks it. That'll give the Blue Jays a 2-1 lead.
3 feet of air that time.
And John Mayberry's up. Mayberry we've been able to keep under control this game. He's the best hitter on the team. But this whole series he's been subdued, so that's one positive. And the third out is Howell there, and we're heading to the bottom of the third. Sweet Lou leading off. Fly ball to right field. And that brings up Trammell. Trammell grounding out to short. And Steve Kemp hit the home run his first time up, batting .370 with a .442 on base percentage versus righties.
Oh, great Odin's Raven.
Takes a walk there. So runner on first for Parrish. Just going to ground it to third for the third out. Oh, another error. Blue Jays defense is terrible. That's Jay Howell. Okay, so we've got runners at first and second with 2 down. Champ Summers to the plate. He just grounds out to second. So, top of the fourth. Leading off is Ernie Witt. He had that blue pit to get things started in the second inning, and takes a walk here to start us off. Steve Davis striking out. 1 down for Garth Orge. He had a base hit that knocked in the first run. There's a second hit for Orge.
Watch your profanity.
First and second for Bob Baylor with 1 out. Oh, Bob Baylor hits it to the gap. That might be 2 runs in. Yes, it is. 4-1. This would be something that would concern me, but we have been able to put up runs this series, so. And after Petrie gave up 8 walks in the last game, we were still able to come back and win, so I'm not overly concerned, but it would be nice to have Rozema have a good start once in a while. As Steve Braun gets a base hit and knocks in the 5th run for the Blue Jays. Rozema's up to 72 pitches. I'm definitely concerned he's not going to make it through this inning even. Yeah, I'm going to take him out. We have 3 lefties coming up, and he clearly does not have it. So, I don't want to overuse Schatzeder. I might have to come back to him later, but I'm going to bring in Pat Underwood and try to use Underwood to get me through a couple innings here. John Mayberry. Oh, drops it in there. Wow. For another one. That should have been another out.
Milk was a bad choice.
My outfield defense is not great, but Stickman's been getting to everything. So there's an infield pop out, and that'll get us out of the inning. But the Blue Jays did some damage there with 4 runs.
Ron, where are you? I'm in a glass case of emotion.
So we're going to need to get some rallying going here. JT grounds out to short.
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more time.
Rick Peters rips it through the right side for a base hit. Bringing up Brookins, who hit into a double play that killed the rally before it even got started. But he'll take a walk there. Now we have our 2 fastest runners on base. And Stegman to the plate. He's not a good hitter, as you know if you've been following along. He rips it to third, but they just only get 1. And it's up to Lou. We need a big hit. Nope. Weak ground ball to short. Nothing doing. Jefferson's shut us down since the first inning. Ernie Witt leading off again. Striking out this time. And Steve Davis to the plate. Underwood gets Davis to ground back to him for the ground out. And that brings up Garth Orge, who pops up to second base.
I think I got it, but just in case, tell me the whole thing again. I want.
So Jefferson in control here. Trammell lines out to center field. Bringing up Kemp with 1 out. Kemp goes down swinging. And Parrish is up, and he takes a walk. That's the 4th walk for Jefferson, although his pitch count is still pretty low. Oh, there's his 5th walk. So we're working the walks. We need a big hit here from JT, but he grounds it right back to short for the 3rd out. Okay, I'm going to keep Underwood on a short leash. He's facing a couple righties here. Oh! That's the 2nd batter we've hit. And Otto Velez is up. And now I wish I would have taken Underwood out, but... Oh, yep.
I meant to do that.
Well, this will be his last batter. It's a lefty-lefty matchup, although Braun does seem to hit lefties. Wow. That couldn't have went any worse.
Personally, I think we got hosed on that call.
Alright, well, we're going to take Underwood out. We're going to try to get Weaver to get Barry Bonnell. I'm going to bring the infield in.
SpongeBob, are you gonna listen to a big dummy, or are you gonna listen to me?
And he grounds it back to short. We get the runner at home. So that worked itself out. We're going to take out Weaver, and it's time to bring in Shotzi. I really didn't want to have to do that, but we have a string of lefties coming here. And we're going to try that infield in again. But Mayberry flies out to center, and that'll get the 7th run in. Roy Howell, another lefty. Wow, Roy Howell rips it down the right field line. That's a double. 2-run score, and this game is probably out of reach already.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Well, we did really well the first 2 games, putting up a lot of runs, so I guess we were due for a bad game, but hate to see it get out of hand like this. And I really thought we could take it to Jesse Jefferson, but nothing doing. Brookins grounds out to short. Stegman strikes out. Alright, so we're going to take out Shotzi, bring in Tobic. There's no point in burning out Shotzi during a game that's out of reach.
High pop fly. That one be a home run in a phone booth.
Tobic induces a pop-up to short. Orge to the plate. Orge goes down swinging. And Bob Baylor pops out. Oh, that's interesting. So the Blue Jays take out Jefferson. They bring in former Tiger Steve Grilly. I like Steve Grilly.
Settle down, Beavis.
You probably remember his son Jason Grilly pitched for the Tigers and a lot of other teams for many, many years. Whitaker base hit up the middle. We're going to have Trammell hit and run, see if we can't get something going. But Trammell grounds out to short. Kemp to the plate. Ooh, a balk gets Whitaker over to third. How about a base hit here? Let's get that second run in. There we go. Kemp singles up the middle. We get our second run. And that'll bring Parrish to the plate. Parrish bloops it in for a base hit. Oh, no. Baylor gets to that, and that's 2 down. Champ Summers grounds it out to first. So we're just going to quickly bring in some defensive players to give some of the starters a rest. Whitaker's played every inning so far. Lynn Jones.
Sweet mother of God! What is the holdup?
I guess I'm going to put Jones in right. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me. If you're still hanging in there, I appreciate it. Tobic versus Otto Velez. I got it right once out of his 4 bats.
Why does this keep happening to me?
Velez flies out. Steve Braun is up. He shoots it through the left side for a base hit. Barry Bunnell. We're going to guard the line, see if we can't turn 2. But it's going to be a long fly out to center. And we're going to take Tobic out, bring in Hiller, maybe get his ERA under 10. Nice. Hiller strikes out Mayberry. For the third out, Tim Corcoran getting in at bat. Ripping it down the line for a double. Nice, we'll take that. Red Peters to the plate. And he laces it into the gap. That'll score a run. And that's a double for Peters. Back-to-back doubles. Okay, Tommy B. Let's keep it rolling. Fly ball out to center. Only a 20% chance against Bunnell's strong arm, so we're going to say no.
That's what she said.
And Stegman bats with 1 out, and he pops out on the infield. He was really doing pretty well there for a while, but now his batting average is, I guess it doesn't take much for it to, at this point in the season, for it to just, fall, but anyway, Mark Wagner, just in his 5th at bat of the season, goes down swinging. So, top of the 9th with Roy Howell to the plate. Ground ball to Trammell for the first out. Bernie Witt. Doesn't have a hit versus lefties this year. Oh! Safe on the error by Tim Corcoran. Well, let's see if we can't get Hiller through this. Oh, nope. The anonymous shortstop hits a 2-run home run. And I guess it's going to have to wait to get Hiller's ERA under 10.
That's awful. That's awful.
As Orge grounds out to Mark Wagner. And Bob Baylor lines out to right to Lynn Jones. So here we are down to our final 3 outs. Trammell, base hit to left. It's not over yet, folks. I think we can get 8 runs here to tie it up.
Hey, that's a good one.
Oh, Kemp's not gonna allow that to happen. Kemp wants the game over just as much as we all do.
I'm not finished holding my side.
Parrish is gonna fly out to left. And here's Lynn Jones getting a late inning at bat. And he grounds out to first. So that'll do it. Blue Jays crush us that game. They get the third of the 3 games. And now we have the Brewers coming into town. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the box score for all of you. I really appreciate everyone who's been following along. Thanks again. Please like and subscribe. And tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell anyone that you know that likes baseball that this is out there. And feel free to go ahead and pause that, take a look. And later on this afternoon, I will have another baseball card break coming. So please look for that. And as always, I appreciate it, everyone. Have a good day.